All right, everyone, let's dive in. So Kubernetes, right? It's everywhere. And where there's Kubernetes, you can bet there's PostgreSQL, usually hanging out right alongside.
Yeah, it's a classic combo, like peanut butter and jelly, but for data.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But like any good duo, they need the right support to truly shine. And that's what we're digging into today, finding that perfect Postgres operator to make your Kubernetes experience, well, amazing.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Right. So we've got this document we're diving into, all about the best production-grade Postgres operators for Kubernetes this year. Should be interesting.
I'm all ears.
Good, good. Now, for anyone just joining the Kubernetes party, imagine this. Kubernetes is like building a house. Okay, you've got all these different pieces, your database being the foundation, obviously. But you need someone managing the blueprints, making sure it all fits together seamlessly.
Ah, the general contractor.
Exactly. That's your operator. It's the behind-the-scenes magic that keeps your database humming along happily within the whole Kubernetes world.
Couldn't agree more. And choosing that operator, it's a big deal. It's not just picking out a new rug.
Right. We're talking about the nitty-gritty, the efficiency, how scalable things are, and keeping that precious data safe.
Exactly, because a wrong turn there, oh boy, you're talking about a whole world of hurt down the line.
Okay, so let's get into it. This document throws out some pretty big names, some serious contenders. CloudNativePG was the first one that really jumped out at me. They seem really big on simplicity and automation.
For sure, and they walk the walk. Think about it, manually managing a whole Postgres deployment. Ugh. It's a recipe for late nights. You're constantly tweaking configs, wrangling updates, putting out fires left and right.
In CloudNativePG swoops in to save the day.
They're like the knights in shining armor, ready to automate all that tedious stuff away. Think scaling resources up or down based on demand, even patching security holes before you even know they exist.
Sounds like they free up a lot of time for more important things.
Precisely. Less time battling the machines, more time building awesome applications. Isn't that the dream?
Music to my ears. Okay, next up on the roster, Zalando PostgreSQL Operator. This one seems to be laser-focused on being user-friendly.
They really try to hold your hand through it all, especially if you're not exactly a Kubernetes whiz kid yet. Their documentation is top-notch, they've got a really welcoming and active community, and the operator itself. It just makes sense, even for a newbie.
So it's like the training wheels for Postgres on Kubernetes.
In the best way possible. It gets teams up and running quickly, even if they don't have a dedicated Kubernetes guru on staff. No need to get bogged down in the weeds when you just want to get things done.
Love that. Now we've got simple and automated, we've got user-friendly, and then there's Percona Distribution for PostgreSQL. This one, well, it sounds like it means serious business.
Percona. Oh yeah, they're the real deal. If high availability and disaster recovery are at the top of your priority list, Percona is where it's at.
Sounds intense.
They're all about rock-solid stability and minimizing downtime no matter what. Think advanced backup and restore strategies, really granular control over your replication, even built-in monitoring tools to keep a close eye on your cluster's heartbeat.
Wow, so Percona's like that super prepared friend who always has a backup plan and a backup plan for the backup plan.
Exactly. You know you're in safe hands with them.
Before we move on, I have to ask about something else this document mentioned. Helm charts for deploying Postgres. Where do those fit into this whole picture?
Ah, good catch. Helm charts are like those DIY kits for your furniture. They give you the blueprints and the tools, but you get to assemble it your way.
So more control than just going with a pre-built operator.
Exactly. While operators are kind of a one-size-fits-all solution, Helm charts give you more control over the finer details of your deployment.
I see. So if you've got really specific needs or want to integrate Postgres with other tools in a very particular way.
Helm charts are your best friend. They give you the flexibility to make it truly your own.
Got it. Like having a custom steering wheel in your car.
Precisely. It all boils down to finding that perfect balance of control for what you need to accomplish.
This is making a lot of sense. Now, another recurring theme in this document is Azure integration, which is huge for anyone in that ecosystem. But for those who might not be familiar, can you break down why that's such a game changer?
Sure. At its core, it's all about tighter security and smoother, more efficient workflows. Think of Azure Workload Identity, like a VIP pass for your applications running in Kubernetes. It lets them access other Azure services securely without jumping through hoops.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about Azure Storage? What's the big deal there?
That's about tapping into the immense power and scalability of Azure's cloud storage directly from your Postgres deployments.
So seamless communication between your database and the rest of the Azure world.
Precisely. Streamlines everything, makes it more secure, and just generally makes your life easier. CloudNativePG, which we talked about earlier, is a prime example of an operator that plays nicely with Azure right out of the box.
That's great to hear. This has been an incredible overview, so many options, each with its own unique strengths. What's the key takeaway for someone trying to choose the right Postgres operator?
Honestly, don't be afraid to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. And this is something the document emphasizes too. Don't just dive headfirst into a full-blown implementation without testing the waters first. Spin up a little sandbox environment, play around with a few different operators, and see which one really clicks for you.
Like taking a car for a test drive before you buy it.
Exactly. You want to make sure it's a good fit for your style, your driving habits, or in this case, your team, your workflow, and your specific needs.
Solid advice. So to leave our listeners with a little something to ponder, with all the crazy advancements in AI and serverless technology these days, where do we see these Postgres operators going in the future? Could we see even more automation, more intelligence baked right in? What do you think? Let us know. Until next time.